Welcome to My Life and Coasters, where in today's video I'm going to be showing you around my theme park Tycoon 2 Mega Park. Yeah, so this is part 2 of a 3-part series. If you haven't already, check out the first part, which I uploaded a couple of months ago, in the description below. That will be linked. And yeah, I'm going to get straight into it with the first roller coaster, Tidal Wave. So yeah, this is a family RMC hybrid coaster. Yeah, if you don't know much about them, they're basically like a cross between a steel and a wooden coaster. They look like wooden coasters, and they sort of act a bit like steel coasters, really. That is an RMC. I've sped up the queue line to 4 times speed, just because it would have taken forever otherwise. Right, let's go straight on. This is quite an older sort of ride, so as you can see, the station, it does look a bit odd, but yeah, we'll go, go for a ride. So yeah, it's got a little sort of pre-drop section with 2 little dips, and a little dip into some water here. That's quite fun there. Up this lift hill, got it running quite a few trains, so that's why it may sort of stop and start a little bit at points. But yeah, we'll go down the first drop here. It's going to stop, but yeah, I'll make sure I sort of cut that out if it does. Yeah, come down this first drop. As it goes around the track there. Yeah, this is what I mean, like I'll cut it here just for a second. If it does stop at all. It's not the longest of rides, but it's got quite a few sort of airtime hills and stuff, but I did just more build it with a lot of block sections in mind to be a high capacity ride. I've got a little overbank there that's maybe a bit too slow for airtime hill and into the brakes. Yeah, an older one there, but yeah, I guess I've left it in the park, I'm not going to remove it. But yeah, follow the exit now, down these stairs and out into my Midsummer Boulevard themed area. As you can see there, yeah, I've got some fences. They're probably not high enough in real life really, but it's only a slow section of the ride. I'll show you this little drop tower. I wouldn't go on it because it's just a little drop tower. I believe, yeah, I called that like High Striker or something. So yeah, that's that. I think I head out of this area now. Obviously I've got this big wheel over here as well. Again, I'm not going to go on it literally because it's a big wheel, and with this wheel in the game you can't really see much anyway, so yeah, I'll give that one a miss. Yeah, I'll head in, well, it's just turned dark, head into the next part of the park now. If we go back through the pirate area, that should get me to this sort of very small family area, just with one family coaster, no other rides I don't think. Yeah, it's got a bit of a Halloween overlay at the time, because yeah, it's taken me longer to get this video up than I thought it would, so I did a bit of sort of Halloween stuff, that's why it's all lit up at night. Going here, it's sort of like a lightly family spooky themed area with the smallest coaster in the park. There you can see I've got some pumpkins, there's a little like fountain show there, some benches. Whispering Woods is the name of the coaster and sort of the area. It's only a little sort of small connecting area, just literally to connect the entrance area with the space themed area. The space themed area will be coming up in the next part, because in this video you'll see by the end of it I didn't have enough time to get around all the areas. Go through this queue line. It's not a massively long queue, but it'd probably be quite slow moving because a family coaster with like one train of 10 people, yeah, it probably would not move a queue very well at all, or 12 people as you can see there. So yeah, I've not built a queue too long, it just sort of goes around the first turn of the ride. A couple of little sort of switchback elements. And eventually you can see I'm in the station now, just got some chains here sort of loading, 4 people per bay. I'll go in the front and we'll go straight on. Yeah, very sort of simple. Not sure what I modelled it after, maybe something like Duplo Dino, maybe a bit bigger like a Vekoma Runaway Mine Train, or Zamperla, sorry. Yeah, I think this one works in the dark because I did put some lighting around it. You can see, yeah, it's literally just this little helix here, which is quite fun. Very compact, head chopper. And into the station, very short. Now it does actually go around for a few laps, but you don't need to see all of them because, well, yeah, you've seen it. I got some toilets there. I managed to put some frosted windows in, which I think was quite cool. Yeah, you can sort of just see the inside of there. It's basic, the toilets that are provided in the game. I'm not going to make custom ones or anything. As you can see there, that's all I've done for them. Yeah, and I think now it's probably time to head right over to the other side of the park, over towards what was one of my signature coasters actually, called Sick. Through this pirate area, past Squid Game the ride. Stay tuned to the end for an exciting announcement about that, and some more videos coming up. As you can see, yeah, the coaster's intertwined Squid Game with Sick very well, and also got an event space for the park. Here as well, you can see there's a little bar there, lots of pumpkins, and this would be like where they do the Halloween show. A lot of parks have a big space like this. I know this is massive, but yeah, I thought I'd add it in. There you go, Halloween Horrors, I called the event there. Not very creative, I know. Right, let's go into the queue line for Sick now. Yeah, I just thought I'd show you actually a bit of the Twister as well there. But yeah, again, it's a Twister. Right now we can go into the queue line for Sick along here. Again, it's sort of all like nicely brick built queue line. I thought go something a bit different with this one. Quite an interesting queue. As you can see, it goes all the way around here, then it dips down into a bit of a quarry. Yeah, I think it would make it interesting, although I guess it's not very step free, but then I believe, yeah, I did add a step free queue, I think, for this ride. Up here, just around this tree, barely any cattle pen now, just up straight into the building. You got a little bag drop just as you go inside the building here. Obviously you can collect them on exit, on the offload. Yeah, the station, I know it's not great. And here we go, double airtime hill launch, not the most realistic, but yeah, that's what I built it with. And see, I'll let you enjoy this odd coaster. Yeah, that is the end of Sick. Yeah, it's quite interesting. I did rebuild it once actually, because it used to be really sort of rough and odd. And in real life, I think it'd have some nice onboard audio. Yeah, I just put a little bit of music in there. Yeah, it probably wasn't the best because it's copyright free, but yeah, I'll have to see what I found for that one. Yeah, round into the station, nice and slow, quite a long run off. Built some platforms for evacuation purposes. Say there was a breakdown or an emergency site and they had to evacuate people from the ride. Yeah, that's pretty realistic. Yeah, go into the station here, and obviously you can pick up your bags. Yeah, obviously all that would be built with throughput in mind, because yeah, in real life they do an onload and an offload, because it basically means you've got two trains in the station at any one time. A little viewing area down by the exit here for the ride. Yeah, just had to briefly pause recording this voiceover because a plane went over where I live, so yeah, that's always fun. Yeah, I guess that's cons of living near an airport. Right, if we go down here, this is a new pathway I built because before it would be a massive walk around the park. It wasn't like in a loop, so I thought I needed just a little connecting pathway. Dips under the brake run for Sick here. This little sort of nightclub I added in, I thought it was a fun use of space. Sort of underground, little bar in there, a couple of flashing lights. It is closed. It's closed all the time, but yeah, it's there. It's a nice sort of little detail, I thought. And up to my next sort of big ride here. This was added on a plot of land that was just sort of forgotten about behind the Squid Game show building. Wanted to add that in. Thought I haven't got a dive coaster. The Big Drop. Fun sort of name. It's sort of based around an arcade game. Yeah, I'll put a little thing in here of what that is. That's the colour scheme inspiration anyway. And sort of like you got to drop these like ping pong balls into a thing to win tickets. Yeah, basic queue line. Just a lot of sort of back and forward. It's got a big cattle pen as well in this queue line. Maybe sort of a bit of American inspiration. No big theming or really any theming, just stylised for this one. Probably an IP in real life. So that's what I've gone for with it. Yeah, this would sort of be the nice normal queue line that would always be in operation. Yeah, there's a little bit of like switchbacks here, and then just before we get up to the station, As you'll see very shortly as we go along the straight, there is a massive bit of cattle pen that can just be not used. This would only be used on massively busy days like in the summer, or just whenever it's busy, like for the opening day and stuff. Yeah, double loading station again. We can go straight up the lift hill for this ride. Yeah, again, I am running it on quite a few trains, so yeah, for the filming of this video I probably should have knocked all the trains down a bit, so it won't keep stopping, but again, as I say, I'll cut them all out, just so you're not like waiting around unnecessarily, because yeah, in this game you can run up to 5 trains on a coaster as long as you've got more than 5 block sections, or 6 block sections. So yeah, that one's moved, so we stop now. I'll cut that out and we'll go round. But yeah, this is still quite realistic because Oblivion at Alton Towers does this sometimes. It will stop, especially around the brake run. You can see that's just gone down the drop and it's now going around the layout. Yeah, we'll go down this drop here. Over the last couple of airtime hills, yeah, and onto the brake run. Yeah, as I said, stay tuned about an exciting announcement for this park at the end of the video, coming up very shortly. Bit of an odd sort of turn at the end. Yeah, and I can head out of the exit of the big drop now, just down here. This is also, it's got a little point down here, as you can see, where the fast track and stuff will come in. Yeah, right, there's pretty much only one last sort of area to check out in this video, and that is my wooden coaster. But yeah, I'll go back past this like maze area here. This is a Halloween sort of overlaying. It's seen it's not Halloween. Yeah, I'm not going to show you that. I did originally film it. But yeah, I thought I'd just cut that out, because yeah, now it's actually like getting near Christmas time, isn't it, I suppose, in December. It just takes me a long time to get these videos out. And yeah, we have unleashed my wooden coaster. This has been rebuilt and relocated in this park to Unleashed Reborn. Yeah, very unique, using the Reborn name. Yeah, it's not like anyone's ever used Reborn at all for any ride ever. As you can see, extended queue, because yeah, it's not really got a very long queue line this ride. I've put it into 4 or 5 times speed, or 4 times speed, as you can see. Not really a massively long queue line for this ride. Yeah, I don't think it could hold very much queue in this queue line at all. I mean, maybe it could hold a bit of queue. Yeah, of course I'm joking, it's a massive queue. I don't know why I built it so big. And just as you think you're done with the queuing, it just goes bang, indoor cattle pen. Right under the ride station. But yeah, in real life, a lot of big parks like Phantasialand, Europa Park, Alton Towers, they all have big long queue lines. You just go outside, up the steps and into the station for this ride. And then if you haven't queued enough, you've already got a bit more queue for the front row if you want to ride the front. As you can see, down here we'll go on the front row. Yeah, it runs 2 trains this, so it'll be quite a slow moving queue as well. Yeah, we'll go straight on the ride. Yeah, a bit of sort of Woden inspired outdoor pre-lift section, although I built this before I even knew about Woden, so I guess it's not Woden inspired there. Up the lift hill for this ride. It's quite a long one, it's a bit rough, but I was working with limited space. As you see, basically it's really weird. They're like buses, these trains. Yeah, there'll be no trains in the station for ages. 2 will load really quickly and then go. Yeah, and that's just the operating system of this game. You can't really do anything about that, which is quite annoying. And yeah, here is Unleashed Reborn. And there we go, the brake run of Unleashed Reborn, and due to space I had to dip under this section of track, so it'd be a fun thing after the brake run, go straight into the station. I know it's quite unrealistic there. Yeah, and that is Unleashed Reborn, the last coaster to check out. But yeah, I have got something to show you and a bit of an announcement about this park, so I will get into that very, very shortly. Yeah, if I just head down here, I've got like a single rider queue and stuff, that's why there's the ropes and that everywhere, obviously fast track. Yeah, there's quite a big ride with like all the queue lines. There's like 4 or 5 queue lines for this ride. Just reminds me of Hyperia a bit. And yeah, the sort of announcement, in the next video I'll be showing you the Christmas event I'll set up for this park. I've already started working on it. I'll give you a bit of a sneak peek of what I've started doing for the Christmas event. As you can see, I've got to blur it a bit just so it doesn't spoil it too much. But yeah, as well as that, I have removed Squid Game the ride to replace something else.